Sweet, right. So I'll quickly show you the place. This is the one that I viewed. So there was two of them.
Right.
This is the second one here.
Okay. End terrace. Little semi-detached almost.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's took it off now, but it's. I've still got his details,
Okay.
because that's the headache he was having. Is like he was managing it himself,
Okay.
and
From London.
he couldn't from London.
Yeah.
Um,
The headache, innit?
Actually, the pictures aren't that great, are they? Yeah. Oh,
That's
there we
fine.
go. Right. Okay. So that was that. It was like
Mm-hmm. Not too bad.
the bath. The bathroom needed a bit of like
It's quite big, the bathroom.
TLC. Yeah, it is. To be fair, that was true. Um, and then that's one of the rooms. That's the second room. They had like that's the garden. They had like a
Decent garden.
this room. Yeah, this is like a like a living area,
Yeah.
but the door was like out here, so I guess you could have done something and trying to make this a third bedroom because you can like you didn't need access to
Yeah.
this room anyway. But yeah, so I mean that one was 625, and he was open to the idea of
Yeah.
the whole
Okay.
rent thing, but I think it did need a lot of work to be. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I think these pictures are doing it more justice than.
It was
But
worse when
I
you
feel
got there.
nah, it wasn't worse. To be fair, it did look decent. It did look
Mm-hmm.
decent. I guess it's just a bit of cosmetic.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think at this stage it's probably me
You're being
doing the
too
research.
picky.
Direct. Maybe that's what it is. To be honest.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't look too bad to me. I mean, like,
Yeah.
is it a two bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad. Yeah.
It's got
Too
that
bad.
separate living room. I
Yeah.
mean,
So you walked in here, and then there was like like there was that th living area that you could have, I guess, made to a third bedroom, like this
yeah.
one here.
Is that all their
Um.
space? That space outside the front of the house? Is that all?
Yeah.
That's
That's
all
all there
theirs.
is, and yeah,
And that is
and
that
I've
off
got
road. You could park your car there.
a party car there as well.
Mate, that's not too
Uh,
bad, you know.
yeah. See, this is what I was thinking. You know what? It was weird because I think that's where I'm struggling with at the minute, Luke, is that vision of seeing it
Hmm?
because in the moment I was like, nah, this not a shithole, but probably
I could do better.
probably I could do better. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe when we were
Yeah.
driving back.
Yeah.
Um, but then realistically, it did look nice. There's
Yeah.
like this, they had the beach just in the background over there.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's the first landlord that I've been to see.
And
Do you
he's
know what I
been
mean?
open to it though.
Yeah,
He
he
wasn't
has been
like
up.
he knew it was gonna be a company and
Oh yeah, we went through it with him, and he was happy enough. Like 625 as well.
that's good
Uh,
progress though, bro, man. At least you're getting like it's not a no. And like he was open to it. So if you offered something, he probably would accept it. Is
he
that basically what you're
he
saying?
was the vibe I was getting,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, he's done with that headache. He's driving up. I think he's kind of selling it to his kids like they're going for a little holiday away. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
fuck.
Like yeah, like because they're lying down at home in the first place. They're
Yeah.
thinking, who the fuck is this guy walking around?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then the first place was a mess. But anyway, so this second place was half decent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I guess that's progress in terms of
Absolutely.
he would he would have said yes if I made an
Okay.
offer to him,
How long ago
without a
did you
doubt.
look at it?
Saturday, so 2 days
Saturday.
ago.
Okay.
Uh,
Not long ago at all.
so I guess that's a plus. I mean,
Absolutely. And how have you left it with
yeah.
him? I'll let you know sort of thing.
Nah, not just I let him know. I try to come across a bit more professional than that. I told him like,
Yeah.
look, I'd be interested in the second one. We'd have to do our own due diligence and kind of see what kind of
Yeah, 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 of
interest
course.
in the area. Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly what you said. We relocate doctors, nurses,
Yeah.
working professionals into the
Yeah.
area. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll get back in touch just after we've done the due diligence, done a bit of research,
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't annoyed, but he wasn't on top of the world. Do you know what I mean? He's
Oh,
got to drive
he's
back
just
as well.
driven.
Can you believe that? Oh, he's cool.
But I
Uh,
mean, end of the day, those are the type of people that are going to want the service, aren't they? Because he needs to be in some sort of discomfort or pain to
yeah.
want to go with the offer. Because if
Mm,
he's got a three bed house and he lives down the road and he can manage it himself and it's easy for him, then
mm,
he's going to have families queuing up and
mm,
it's too easy. He needs to be in some sort of position, like
Oh
living in
yeah,
London, for it to work for you as well. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, of course. I mean, what are you thinking, Luke? When you see these properties, like the one of the pictures I've showed you,
Yeah.
like, are you relying on a specific, like, a relationship with a contractor that you've got that you kind of send the work to do it
Um,
yourself, or
it
just have a
depends.
cosmetic
It
work?
depends. It
Yeah,
depends. Obviously, because we've got a fair portfolio of our own now, we have
yeah,
inquiries. We've always got one or two properties on the market being marketed, right?
yeah,
And so we've always got this constant flow of traffic, like doctors,
mm,
nurses, different jobs that need accommodation, and they'll ask if the property is still available. And that's my first
aye,
port of call, like
mm,
pushing the overflow from one of the other properties over into a potential new deal. So that's
mm,
kind of a good advantage to have. I guess you get that by always having an advert up.
mm,
And that's our first option. But then the second option would be like something like what you've been potentially offered. My next
mm,
step would be to I'd actually go and advertise that. I'll take those pictures off of that ad
mm, mm,
and I would either put them on spare room and then maybe
mm.
get some fake stock images from of bedrooms and just make a dummy ad.
Yeah, yeah,
I
like
would
you
test the
posted the
market
thing.
because I know that
Yeah,
he's going to be open to it. I
mm,
would, in this sort of next couple of days, I would do some due
yeah,
diligence and I would test the market and see if there is the demand for something like that.
mm, yeah,
Because at 625, I mean, I don't know what's the prices of rooms in Newcastle, 500, 550.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That was Durham, that though. That
that
was
was
Durham.
Durham. So do you think
Yeah.
that is that cheaper than in Durham or
So I think it's around the same because from that area, it was it looked like a decent area,
yeah?
to be honest.
Can we
I
pull
mean,
up some comparables on booking.com and on spare room and have a little look? If we open,
100%. Yeah.
if we try spare room first, just to try and get a gauge for the rooms, and just type in the postcode
Yeah.
of Ocean View,
Yeah. So,
this will give you a bit more perspective, I guess,
yeah.
because most people find it difficult to even get the landlords to say yes. And the fact you've got someone there with a two bed with a drive as well, who's actually saying they'll be open to it, who doesn't want to drive
Yeah.
up and down to London every minute from
Well,
New.
exactly. He's pretty much there, isn't he?
And you said
I
he had
mean,
another one as well.
he did, but that one
Really
was actually
bad.
probably that. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty bad. That one. I mean, I'll show you anyway. But
Yeah. We'll have a look after this
uh,
next time.
yeah. Right. So I
Just
think.
type in spare room the postcode in the search bar, and then we'll have a look and see one
Uh,
who's looking in that area, and two how much rooms are going for.
yeah. TS 2740EP.
Okay, yeah, put that in then. It's coming up as 4DA, but try 4EP in
Yeah.
spare.
So see, that's the thing. So this was the first one.
Okay,
So then we went to the second one. I just followed his course. So I think
okay,
that one that you've got is probably right, mate. Yeah.
okay, yeah, 4DA is what I've got, and we'll have a look.
What kind of work, in terms of like getting it looking quite premium kind of a
Mhm,
vibe?
mhm.
So what kind of work am I thinking of what are you thinking of actually when you look at photos like this place? Like what to bring it up to like, a nice looking standard.
Yeah, yeah. So
Just
we're
just
putting together like a PDF which will have everything we spent on the last place,
yeah.
just in like a checklist form. But
Yeah.
ultimately, it doesn't look to me like you need to do much more than just furnish it, you know?
Yeah.
There's only one comparable here. So maybe if we just do, search radius in the top left, if we just do maybe a 1 mile, just to try and get a few more
Yeah.
options.
Uh,
Okay, 36, bit more. And remove en suites because they're not going to be en suites, but we
yeah.
could potentially get 3 rooms if we did the front room into a bedroom, potentially, maybe.
Yeah. Where
If,
you seeing it on suites here on the left?
yeah, somewhere on the left. Um, click bills
That's
included as well. And if you scroll down, you should be able to see ensuite somewhere down there.
Yeah.
There you are. Yeah. So
Right click.
just click double rooms rather than en suites. Yeah, and that'll give us 24. So now we're looking at like for like, even though that first one says en suites, but
Yeah.
so
So,
it seems like if we ignore those first two because they're en suites, but it looks like sort of 500, 450, 450 there as well. It's quite a nice furnished one. Bills included. Short lets for contractors 750. Cool. That's a new advert.
mm,
That's quite a bit more than the others. 500. It seems like 500 seems to be
so look at the number. Yeah.
the going rate. I mean, that one where they've said two doubles, 530 and 570. Toby, live out landlord.
Mm.
That looks like similar front room, doesn't it? Quite a narrow looking
It
front.
does. It does. Yeah.
So if you did 530 and 570, and if you managed to turn the front room into a bedroom, then you could potentially make 1600 altogether gross.
Mm. Yeah.
And then you'd have to pay the landlord their 625, call it 600,
Mm.
and then you'd have a grand left, and you'd have to pay the bills, which could be
Yeah.
300, 400. It's quite
Yeah.
small. Let's say 400, so that'd be 600 profit there if you did it
Mm.
as three rooms, um, which would be achievable. Quickly have another look on booking.com as well. And we do a little
Yeah.
bit of research on there just to try and see what the going rate is for the nights in that area. Try and find a similar comparison
Mm.
because at just two people it wouldn't be worth it because you're
No.
only it's gonna just pay for itself basically.
Yeah. There's no margin in it
There's
at
no
that point,
margin
is
there.
there?
But
What was
yes,
the last part of the quote
27.
from her?
Where is it? 4 Delta Alpha. Yeah, that's it. And then let's narrow it down a little bit on the left. So we got Jesus 3,000. So if we go for holiday homes on the left, we'll leave apartments. Yeah, holiday homes, guest houses. We'll leave that for now. We'll go with that. And then if we scroll down, parking. Yep, we've got parking. So we'll click parking. Um, haven't got a swimming pool unfortunately.
Aye. Yeah.
Would you
Um.
say beachfront or it's not quite beachfront, is it? But it's close to the beach.
It's very close. It was very close. Aye.
Okay, yeah, cool. That's the best we can do. All right, let's go back up the top and we'll have a look at the set from the. So this is a bungalow. That's one review. Let's skip that one.
So
We want
are
some
these all?
few
Yeah.
more.
These are all. Yeah. These are all Airbnbs, are they?
These are all Airbnbs, yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
But we want something with at least sort of 10 reviews. So let's have a look at maybe not the caravan sites because they're a little bit
Yeah.
different. We want something like for like what's this Harbour House? Look, is that kind of a caravan? Looks like another narrow looking.
Let's have a look, mate. Right. I can't really tell. No, maybe it's a house. To be fair, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like a house. Okay.
Mm.
And if we go and have a look at the calendar where it says just keep scrolling down on the left hand side where it says check in
Yeah.
date and check out date. If you hover over the calendar, and we can see how much they're going for. So they're trying to do it for 155, 157. Not many bookings in April, not many bookings in May. It's not looking good for those guys.
It's
Not
it's not looking good.
looking good.
See, this is why, when I went there and I
I
was like,
think it's
is
too
Dorman?
expensive,
Aye,
is what the
too
problem is with
expensive.
this one. So come out of this this ad. I think they're about 50 quid, between 30 and 50 quid too much. Let's try
Mm,
this one. 3 bedroom
yeah.
house.
Right, let's see this one then.
Go down to the calendar. Okay, a few more bookings, and what are they at? About 97 quid, is that? Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, so there that seems to be the price, around 100. Not many bookings in May, but that could change. We're only just started April now. So
Yeah, I
six
know.
nights already booked at 100. Um, okay. So if we let's say for example, let's go off of 100 for example, 100 a night,
Mm.
97 a night,
Yeah,
100 a night.
yeah.
If we got 20 nights and you've got 2 grand coming in, that's obviously where you
Mm.
want to be.
Oh yeah.
But that's definitely achievable, you know. And
Mm. Mm.
2 grand, you got 20 nights. Took 15% off, 300 quid, 1700's what you're bringing in. You pay him his 600 out of that. You've got 1100 left, and then you pay £300, maybe 350 on the bills. You've still got sort of 800, 750 profit there, which is pretty handsome, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, definitely. But I mean, it's good to know that. See, I think the thing with Durham is I'm a bit clueless of what's like,
Hmm.
what do you know what the crack is? I
Yeah,
mean, to be honest, I was happy to go wherever the
yeah,
viewing
yeah,
was.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Just to get a start. But I
Hmm.
think, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll follow up with the landlord to see what the crack is, and
Yeah,
I'll offer
yeah. I
see
mean, I think you're just being apprehensive because it's not going to jump out at you like this is a great deal. Come and grab
Mm,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's not going
yeah.
to be like that. Your first one's going to have to just be. It's going to feel risky regardless because it's
Ah,
the first step.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's it.
once you
Yeah.
make that first step, you're going to learn so much by getting
Mm,
in the game and actually doing it.
mm,
You'll
mm,
learn, how it works and if it is one of the better areas, and you might have to tweak things a little bit, and it might take you a month to get it to 20 nights, consistently.
mm,
Might
mm,
take you a few more weeks to get it perfect, but once you get it to that stage, it's done. Then we put it on all the platforms, and we're just gonna have to take a punt at it, because I think that seeing that there's 6 nights already booked from that free bed, and the fact that you've got
mm,
off-road parking, which means people could come and who are traveling and park there safely, people that are working in
mm,
the area, as well as having the beach close by. If you
mm,
market it properly and structure it towards staycation people
mm,
and working professionals, I think you could
mm,
definitely get 20 nights booked out of the month for
mm.
100 quid a night. I don't think that's
Yeah,
achievable at all.
97 quid a night does seem. You can't really go wrong if you've got a couple of people
Yeah.
for a whole house. It does
Yeah,
make sense.
it
I
does
think.
because if you look at the hotels, what's the hotels going to be charging? 50, 60
Mm,
quid per person a night, maybe more.
mm. I think you nailed it on the head, Luke, with what you said. It's it was a bit further to get to, so
Mm.
and then I don't really know the area, and that's the
Yeah,
risk thing. But it's the first deal, isn't it? You're gonna have to take a punt at
yeah,
one.
yeah,
I think,
yeah.
yeah.
I think it's
So,
fantastic progress to even be at this stage already. So that's
mm,
already, something to be impressed by for me from personally from looking at how you've been doing the work and moving through the program and the course. But I think the fact that the landlord is so open to it and he is in that pain where he's so far
mm,
away from it, kind of needs a solution.
yeah. Well, exactly. That's definitely the vibe I
And
was getting, mate.
the
Like,
landlords who have everything perfect and they've got all the options in the world, they're probably not going to want to go with our offer because they've got
definitely not.
family
Well,
that's going
yeah.
to pay them 700, 800, £900, and
Mm,
they're happy.
yeah.
That's what they're used to.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll get back to that landlord, and then I've got a few that it's funny. But I'll quickly before I let you go,
Yeah, go on.
like that other landlord we were having a laugh about when I was like, "Who do you think this guy is?" And we're like,
James.
"Is he the James?" Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a waster. Him, he
Oh,
was. He keeps on posting more and more ads, like
right.
decent ones as well.
Mm.
But he doesn't want to answer me calls, and he's
Yeah.
directing me to somebody else. So
Right.
I was just curious, like what is, I'm gonna call him again anyway because he could have been busy, whatever he
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
So I won't like just let it go because he must be like he keeps posting more ads,
Yeah.
decent ones as well.
Yeah. Might be
Like
fraud.
do you reckon?
Could be. Don't know. But I mean,
Oh no, yeah.
it'd be good to
What's
speak
his
to
skin in
him.
the game though?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
an
Of course.
agent.
No, if he's
Yeah.
not an
So
agent,
who are
if
you?
he's a landlord,
Who the
we're
fuck are
confused.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's confusing. And there are
So,
opportunists out there that are waiting for someone new to the market who wants the fresh, shiny, nice looking house. Um,
Mm,
and if
uh,
you're naive enough, then they'll try and get a deposit up front off of you and things like that,
yeah,
you know, without you really even knowing if they're the landlord, you know. I mean, you could do
mm,
like a check, land reg check to see if he is actually the owner of any of these houses
yeah,
before you do any
yeah.
business with him. But if he's not even getting on the phone, mate, then you know,
Nah,
got
nah.
a landlord here
Um,
who's desperate.
well, exactly, yeah. So I think you've nailed it on the head, mate. I'll just crack on and keep on trying to outreach these people. Um,
Absolutely.
definitely this guy, and then I think that's you've again. It's like just getting to the point where you're like, right, I could make an offer, and then you're dealing with the risk
Yeah,
aspect, which I guess is normal, but it's
yeah,
still, yeah,
absolutely. It's new to you, but I think £600 a month is a very fair offer. And
yeah,
I think what let's look at the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, it doesn't get booked
yeah,
as much as you'd like it to, but
yeah,
it gets booked for 10 to 15 nights out of the month initially. That's already going to cover all the costs.
yeah,
So the
exactly.
worst case scenario is you're not making seven, eight, £900 a month. You're only
Mm,
making two, three, £400 a month, but you're learning
mm.
shitloads.
Well,
And
exactly. That's it. Yeah.
you've actually got your first rent to rent deal that you can go and show people and kick on from
Mm.
there. Best case
Yeah.
scenario, you put all your effort
Yeah.
into it, you get it rented for 20 nights, and you're making seven, eight, £900 a month, and you're off the ground, you're flying. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
don't know, mate.
100%.
I wouldn't write it off, you know. I've seen a lot
Yeah.
worse.
I bet. Yeah. So I'll contact them, see where he's at, because he's took it off now. He's given it to the estate agents, but
Okay.
he's
Well,
like on the ad.
they'll take a while to find someone, so you could offer something straight away. He's gonna jump at it.
Well, I've got him his details anyway, so I
Yeah.
can get in touch with him,
Yeah.
and hopefully I can get this register sorted by Newcastle, so we can start speaking
Yes,
to like
mate.
landlords
Chase that up.
in this. Yeah.
Chase that up,
Um.
and we'll go back and forth on WhatsApp about this one. But
Yes. I'll
I don't
message you
think it's gonna.
privately, mate.